This is BBC News, broadcasting to viewers in the UK and around the world. I'm Christian Fraser. The headlines. This is the scene live in Westminster Hall tonight, where mourners are paying their final respects to Queen Elizabeth, who is lying in state.
I'm Geetha Gurumurthy, live in Westminster with members of the public who've queued for hours. They are now just moments away for their own private moment with Her Majesty.
The queue currently stands at 2.5 miles, with hundreds of thousands of people expected to pay their respects. For those who've been already, it was an emotional experience.
It's very moving. Beautiful colours. The colours that I think is incredible. The orb, the sceptre, the crown. Stunning.
Very solemn and serene and perfect.
In the day, the Queen was taken in solemn procession from Buckingham Palace to Westminster on a gun carriage pulled by the Household Cavalry. Following behind, King Charles and the Queen's children and grandchildren, as well as other members of the royal family. Thousands of people witnessed the procession, some overcome by the emotion of the moment. Very good evening. Queen Elizabeth II is lying in state tonight beneath the ancient timbers of Westminster Hall. This afternoon, the Queen's coffin carrying the imperial state crown left Buckingham Palace for the last time and was carried by gun carriage in procession down the Mall to Horse Guards, past the Cenotaph and on to Westminster Hall. Behind the carriage, marching slowly to the muffled beat of the drum, were Her Majesty's 4 children, King Charles, the Princess Royal, the Duke of York, the Earl of Wessex, and her grandchildren, the 2 princes, William and Harry. And tonight, this is the live scene. The Household Guard on the corners of the catafalque, with the coffin on the bier draped in the royal standard, with the imperial state crown on top, the orb and the sceptre, and quietly passing by on either side the long lines of the public who've waited, some of them, for 2 days to pay their final respects to the Queen. What you're seeing at the moment is the changing of the guard. Changes every 20 minutes. There are 4 shifts within a 24-hour period, 6-hour shifts, each of them. The yeomen also on hand. Former servicemen, non-commissioned officers, and those who spent the last 20 minutes guarding the Queen's coffin slowly edge away. And occasionally the line pauses in quiet respect as the guards make their way to the bottom of the hall and the public continues to file down from behind. It's been an intensely moving day. I'm sure millions of people watching it at home found it a sombre occasion. The great formality that you'd expect of a state occasion, steady beating of the military drum, the heavy toll of Big Ben, the guns that fired every minute from Hyde Park, and of course, as you're seeing now, this exacting symmetry from the Household Guard. And for me, it was the moment that she passed beneath the Great Arch at Buckingham Palace for the very last time. That really, the moment in the day that will last in history. And the passing of the Queen from the family to the nation. A shift, really, from the family to the public, as she was handed over to the Earl Marshal, the Duke of Norfolk, as the family invited the nation to share in the mourning, as they will do for the next 4 days until 6 a.m. on Monday morning and the Queen's state funeral. Well, let's take a look back at what has been a truly historic day here in London. Here's our royal correspondent, Nicholas Witchell.